Okay, I want to take you through a shoulder and neck mobility circuit, but first let's start off with 3 nice deep belly breaths. Make sure you're breathing in and out of your nose the whole time. Just go at your own pace. Feel your ribs expanding in all directions. And after your last exhale, we'll flip over onto your stomach and we'll get started. So for the first movement, you'll be up on your elbows, actively pressing through the ground and looking up and tucking your chin down nice and slowly. Each time you go through the movement, try to go a little bit further, but don't force it. Keep it nice and gentle in the beginning. And try to press your shoulders away from your ears actively. Don't let those shoulder blades come together. After your next chin tuck, we're going to switch to looking over your left shoulder. And then you'll switch to the opposite side and look over the right shoulder. Each time you pass through neutral, make sure you take a nice inhale and then exhale as you turn and look over that shoulder. And again, with this movement, you still want active tension into the ground, trying to maintain a fairly upright posture without leaning too much with your shoulders. Most of the movement should be coming from your neck. All right, and on this next one, we'll come into a quadruped position, so wrists under shoulders and knees under your hips. We're going to do some protraction and retraction, so you're letting your shoulder blades come together and then trying to press them as far apart as you can at the top of the movement. The trick with this one is to try to keep your arms completely locked out straight. A lot of people want to bend their elbows on this one, so keep the arms straight as if you're holding a plank, and all the movement is coming from the shoulder blades. And throughout all these exercises, you want to keep a slow, even tempoed breath, so focus on an inhale when the shoulder blades come together, exhale as you push them apart. Keep it up just a few more. You're probably starting to feel some burn in those shoulder muscles, starting to feel a little fatigued. We're about to switch it up. So make this your last one, and then grab your half foam roll. We're going to stay on your knees here and position your foam roller perpendicular to you and palms facing each other. You're going to press out actively and then come back up and just repeat that. So let your hips go back, sort of like a child's pose, and you're just going to press straight overhead and try to let your head relax as you press into that, just repeating that movement. Inhale at the top, exhale as you press overhead and let the foam roller roll out in front of you. On this next one, when you go into full extension, you're going to hold this position for about 30 seconds. Still actively pressing through the foam roller with just a little bit of tension. Let your head come down to the mat and fully relax. Keep focusing on that deep breath. Keep a nice, steady, even tempo, breathing through your nose. About 3 more seconds. Okay, next up, place your foam roller in a parallel position to the mat. You want it between your shoulders and your knees as if you're about to start a quadruped exercise. One arm is going to be resting on the foam roll as you go into a nice twist here. Come back to neutral here, deep breath in, and twist. We're going to go for an active hold here. So you want to be pressing down into the foam roller as you're exhaling, keeping that stance arm nice and straight. It doesn't have to be completely locked out, but it shouldn't bend a whole lot. All right, go ahead and switch sides now. Just letting the back of that forearm roll across the foam roller as you press down into it gently. We want most of this movement coming from the mid to upper back. Make sure you get a nice exhale at the end and holding in that end range. I'll show you in a different position here. So good hold right there at the end. Coming back to neutral, inhale, exhale as you go into this twist, pressing down gently into the foam roller as you're reaching. All right, this next one is going for some thoracic mobility and flexion and extension. Position your foam roller perpendicular to you, just underneath your shoulder blades. Keep your hips on the ground, abs slightly engaged, and just let your head fall back, supporting your head with your arms as much as you need to. Exhaling as you go back into extension, and hold that position at end range for about 2 seconds. Move up your spine about 1 to 2 vertebrae at a time. So we're trying to isolate different parts of your back, moving up the thoracic spine. So you're just coming back into neutral position before you go back into that extension. Again, try to keep your abs engaged a little bit so the movement's not coming from your lumbar spine. We want the movement coming from the middle to upper back. Keep working your way up slowly until you get to about the top of your shoulder blades. So we're doing 2 flexion and extensions in each position with a nice little pause at the end range there. Okay, you can get rid of the foam roller. You're going to go into a side lying position with your knees bent and arms together straight out in front of you. Keep your hips together as you go into a twist, and you're reaching back above your shoulder and allowing your head to just follow your hand. So inhale as your hands come together. Exhale as you look over that opposite shoulder. Keep your eyes on your hand. I'm going to switch sides and show you from a different angle. So just going back over the opposite shoulder now. Reach back, following that hand. Inhale when the hands are together. Exhale as you extend. All right, and make this your last one. We're going to come back into a quadruped position, but instead of being on your hands, you're going to start on your forearms. So left elbow down on the ground, you're going to twist, try to reach straight up to the sky with that hand. You want to keep active pressure down through your elbow into the ground. Inhale as you come down, exhale as you reach up. So again, keep that supporting shoulder pressed actively away from your ear, expanding through the chest, reach straight up to the sky. All right, switch arms now. So you'll be on your right elbow, twisting up, reaching up with the left hand. And as with that side lying exercise, you're letting your eyes follow your hand so you can incorporate some neck movement into this exercise. All right, make this your last one, then we'll switch to our next exercise. Your next movement is going to be on your stomach. We're going to be going through a large range of motion, starting with your palms overhead, and then you're going through a swimming motion. Allow your elbows to bend and place one palm inside of the other. So you want your chest and head just slightly lifted off the ground. You shouldn't feel this a lot in your low back. Just lift your head and chest enough to clear the ground. Keep your chin tucked. Make sure you're actively pressing up so that your arms are not sinking back down to the ground. Your feet stay on the ground. You might find that it's helpful to squeeze your glutes throughout the movement to provide some stability in your low back. So as you're reaching overhead, I'll show you from a different angle. Your palms are coming together with the pinkies approaching each other. And then you turn the palms out as you swim away and let the elbows bend. You should have some lift off on your low back. And remembering to keep reaching up toward the sky throughout the entire movement. Okay, now you're going to come up into a tall kneeling position. We're going to isolate one arm at a time. We're going into a backward circle, bringing your arm up close to your ear. As you go behind your head, press your palm away from you. So the palm faces towards you as you raise your arm, and the palm faces away as you go behind your head. Now reverse that motion, so the palm is going to be facing away from you. As you come overhead, point that thumb up. So you're going 3 circles backward and then 3 circles forward. And then we'll switch arms and go to the other side. And I'll show you from this side view. So I'm trying to stay tall through my chest and not allowing my torso to rotate at all. I want all the movement coming from the shoulder, trying to make as big of a circle as I possibly can. Thumb up, palm facing towards you as you go up. As you come behind your head, press it away from you. And now reverse that, coming forward. Abs slightly engaged, staying tall through the torso. We don't want any rotation from the hips. And we'll do one final one, making as big of a circle as you can. Okay, coming into our final exercise, we're going into some forward flexion and then extension. As you go into flexion, tuck your chin, round your upper back, turn the thumbs face down, so internally rotated. And then as you go back, externally rotate, point your thumbs away from you, and look up to the sky. So look up, expand through the chest, externally rotate the shoulders, and reverse that on the way down with a chin tuck and internal rotation. Okay, as we come to an end, I hope you're feeling a little bit more mobile, and check out my channel for some other exercise ideas. All right, I'll see you next time.